Okay. Sound should be better now. I hope. Pat Travelino, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man. I didn't want to come back on tonight, man. For real. I just wanted to chill, lay in bed, see something. Okay. So anyway, whatever two people are here, please hit the like button, Pat and whoever else. So shut it down or relax. No, I got to do it, man. I got to do a show. I can't slow down now. Besides, I haven't been getting the views I wanted to, or I want to. I want to get I want to get tens of thousands of views per video, so I got to keep working on it. Fucking thing. Hopefully it'll go fast. 3 people, hit the like button. Tell me why you support Donald Trump. Pat Travelino, I truly believe that Trump supporters will lose everything before they'll admit that they were wrong about this guy. I truly believe that. I mean, he's taken so much stuff away from them specifically, and they refuse to acknowledge it or refuse to admit it. It's kind of fascinating, really. Tia Fireball, hey, how are you? Hit the like button, guys. 7 people. Tell me why you support Donald Trump. Let's get a conversation going. No longer working. I just drank a protein shake, took my vitamins, and I'm ready to take a nap. I hear that, Tia. Where are you? Where are you located? What region? You have to tell me exactly where. Hmm. 7 people, 2 likes. How's that possible? Come on, guys. Keep hitting the like button. Did you get any reaction about the New York City mayoral election? We didn't talk about it much, but I'm open to talking about it tonight. Oh, Michigan. Okay, yeah. I'm definitely open to talking about it tonight. We'll see. I think again, I just don't think it's going to be. I don't know. What do you think about it, Pat? Give me your opinion. I don't think it's going to be as bad as they think it is, but I could be wrong. Fuddrucker has returned. What's up, Huck Fuddrucker? Sorry, I haven't seen you in a while. You agree? You don't think it's going to be that bad? No, they're overreacting. They had to demonize the shit out of this guy. Fox News and stuff, they had to demonize the shit out of this guy so he wouldn't win. So they just told him, every horrible thing possible about the dude. Every horrible thing possible. No, I agree. I am a myth. Me too, actually. Me too. I am a man, a myth, and a legend. 14 people, 2 likes. Come on, guys. Hit the fucking like button. What's it going to take? You guys act like it costs you money. Joey Dimes, what's going on, brother? Thank you for being here. It's free, to hit the like button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. I'll take you saying one nice thing about Trump. Or it'll take you saying one nice thing about Trump. About Trump as a person, I can't. There's nothing nice to say about him. So we are just going to ignore what he said with his own mouth. Fox News hasn't said anything to me. I don't watch them. I've seen his interviews, though. Are you a MAGA person? Because you'll never be able to convince me you don't watch Fox News. Never. And if you watch his interviews, what do you think about him from his interviews? From his rambling, incoherent nonsense? Just out of curiosity. Better than Biden. You know, I was going to name this show, and I should have. Talk about Trump without saying Biden. Like that's where you set the bar. Oh, he's better than Biden. Well, it's not even like you voted for him over Biden. You voted for him over somebody else, you know? Why can't you talk about Trump without saying Biden? I'm curious. Why can't you? Because you know Trump is so bad, all you could do is try to make a comparison between him and someone you think is worse. That's very telling. Very, very telling. I could you could say shit about Biden. I don't have to bring up Trump. Of course, I'm not in a cult either. Ed Tomasini, what's up, bro? Great to see you too. Thanks for dropping by the other show earlier. Better than Bush and Obama. Yeah, better than Obama. Yeah, right. You fucking wish. You wish. Obama's going to go down as one of the greatest presidents in the history of America, and Trump has already been rated the worst president in the history of America. Obama saved the economy. Trump ruined it once, and he's ruining it for a second time as we speak. Guys, hit the like button, please. What we got here? Jane Creek. Hey, what's this comment? I think I missed this. Kodak. Trump looked like an idiot on that 60 Minutes interview. Eric Foss beats women up in video. Shut up, Kodak 9727. I'll agree with you about the Trump part. I like Roosevelt. There you go. I think everybody did. Well, maybe not everybody. 9 people. This show could be a dud. I don't know. Something's going wrong. I feel like I'm being shadow banned the last couple of days. You know, so now it is a little late, but my first politics shows were around this time, and I was killing it. So I got to see what happens. I might have to start switching up my time slots. Anybody who's watching and supports Trump, please tell me why you support him. And try to do it without saying the word Biden. Can you defend Trump without saying the word Biden? I like Nixon. He was a crook. Joey Dimes, of course you did. God damn it. "13 people, 6 likes. This is very bizarre. Very strange. I bet if you guys start hitting the likes, we'll start getting more people. Trump Circus, what's going on, bro? Kodak, you're trying to align yourself with that lying scumbag. Oh, get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Who cares what you have to say? Like you're important to me. Unreal. I know who that probably was, too. I'm a grown man. I make my own decisions. I'll share you with a friend and see if we can get him in here. That's cool. That'll work. Samantha, Trump lowered gas prices. Haven't seen that in 4 years. So that's it. That's it then. All right. So it's worth it to you for a little bit cheaper gas, and gas is going up right now. By the way, it is. You can look into it. But sure, it dropped a little bit there. I guess everything else, fuck it. Fuck that he's a felon. Fuck that he's been accused of R-wording a 13-year-old. Fuck that he's, wanted to fuck his own daughter since she was a child. Fuck that he is most likely a pedo. Fuck that he's covering up the Epstein files. Fuck it all. Yeah, you got to save about $3 a fill-up, 329 here. Yeah, it's 329 or 349 here. It was 299 when Biden left office. Oh yeah, you too, bro. Gas prices are set by the global economy. Trump has nothing to do with gas prices. You can't tell them that. According to them, gas prices were up because of Biden and they're down because of Trump. I like for any of them to tell me exactly what Trump did to lower gas prices. And I don't want to hear shit about drilling because we were producing more oil under Biden than any time in American history. Sent that too soon. Food prices made a peace deal in the Middle East. Whether they held or not is not on Trump. I can go on. It's not on Trump, huh? So, but if it holds, then it's you give all the credit to Trump, right? But if it doesn't, it's not Trump's fault. Food prices are higher, Samantha. That is a fact. Universally, food prices are higher. They're not lower. Eggs are down. That's it. Everything else is higher. I've seen gas at the same price in Missouri. Yeah, it didn't. These people want you to think like Trump stands up there and talks about it's down to $2 a gallon. Nowhere in the country is it $2 a gallon. OPEC is the reason that gas is cheaper. Trump had nothing to do with it. Yep. $3 in New Jersey. Yeah, see? It was probably cheaper when Biden was in office. 180,000 people that he killed, that doesn't mean anything to you? I think I remember gas at 199 when Biden was president. No, I don't think it was 199. There's a good flick, Landman, a lot of info on oil prices. Landman, is that right? The Saudis have more to do with gas prices. They can increase or decrease production. That's why we're allies with them. Yeah. And that's why gas prices went up a lot when Biden took office, because during COVID, when nobody was driving, Trump made a deal with Russia and Saudi Arabia to stop oil production because there's too much oil, not enough demand. And then by the time people started driving again, we didn't have enough oil. So I live in Missouri. It's 272 as of yesterday. Hell no, it wasn't even close to cheaper. Who said Missouri gas was over $3? You don't live in Missouri, my man. I don't know. You'd have to look. Yeah. No, Joey Dimes, I appreciate it. I do. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, how many gallons is your tank, just out of curiosity? Samantha? Rowdy, Missouri gas has been the same as it always was. There you go. Janie Turner, what's up? I just started. Thanks for being here. I don't know if this show's going anywhere, guys. Very slow. It's very bizarre. I'm starting to worry. I'm starting to really, truly worry. Maybe I'm using the wrong hashtags. Yeah, I just started 15 minutes ago. Coffee, has doubled in Michigan because I assume it has further to travel. Coffee's up everywhere. Everywhere. Way up. So it's so funny because they maybe fuck FSB, CCP, bots, whatever that is, maybe they might have a hangover. You save a couple of cents. I mean, I figure the average tank of gas, whatever savings you're getting from gas prices being lower. First of all, we already established it has nothing to do with Trump, and secondly, you're probably saving $6 or $7 per fill up. So, but the gas prices are high because of inflation's going up, tariffs on everything else. The prices are up. Bob Mayer, fucking leave. Who gives a shit about you? I don't give a fuck. Bad weather. That's why coffee is up. Tariffs too. I was talking to the person who only cared about gas and not how many people are dying. No, I know. I think, right? Yeah. Gasoline is a worldwide commodity. Yes. It is. It is the zinc roofer. Do you feel like you just gave us new information? Just out of curiosity. Uh, I personally can't wait for 3 more years to be up just so y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about. If I'm wrong, I'll eat my own words and move on. I trust to the fullest zero politicians. But you obviously trust Trump. You're going to be wrong. You're already wrong. I'm just saying, Samantha, And it's probably, you're being fed bullshit, so you think Trump's doing a great job. He's not. Unemployment is up. The job numbers are fucking terrible. He's created practically no jobs, especially compared to the last guy. So inflation is up, food prices are up, unemployment is up. What else? I have to think about it. Might be slow tonight. A lot of MAGA are butthurt. Anyone see Jesse Waters crying last night? No, but I'm gonna have to see that. Yeah. People are butthurt. They are. They fucking Democrats, and they'll be like, oh, so what? They just retained this bullshit. Look at Virginia. Look what happened there. The whole fucking state is blue, and counties that were red are shifting blue. Prices go up and down on commodities. Yeah, of course. But according to Trump supporters, it's only the president who dictates gas prices. He is keeping men out of women's sports. Samantha, why is that important to you? What if I told you, Samantha, that is literally like a non-issue? Like it's so rare for a man to be playing a women's sports that it almost never even occurs. What if I told you that? I vote Republican, but I do not consider myself a Trump star or MAGA. I just do not vote Democrats, and I never will. Oh, I would love to know why, but chances are we'll just disagree on it. I mean, Republicans are worse for everything, for corruption, for the economy, for everything. Trump's tariffs have rising prices on everything. Yep. We shall see. And no, I do all my own research. Thanks for the thought, though. Well, if you do all your own research, where are you researching? Because honestly, like what you're saying, you would know that the prices of everything else are up, even if gas is down a little bit. So I don't know what you're researching. Look, $5 to $6 savings, 270 million people in the USA. Do you mean 350 million people in the USA? How much savings you get? How much savings you get? So, in other words, like whatever you save, that isn't it. You're also saving the money the other 350 million people are saving. Like, people are talking about gas prices because they're worried about their own finances. You know what I'm saying? So what you just said is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard in my fucking life. Because what does that mean? So where does that savings go? You act like we all share it or something. Who gives a fuck? What do you care if I save $5 on a tank of gas? How does that help you? Well, I was watching you when you were in horizontal, but then someone put it on membership only and I was unable to talk, so I went elsewhere. Somewhere else. Oh, really? Yeah, I tend to do that with those shows. They went ape shit over Mamdani. I know, it's hilarious. It is an issue. Women fought for women's sports. Women fought for liberation. Women also fought for their rights to, their reproductive rights. Are you fighting for them to get those back? Would you like them to get those back? Because let me tell you something. It is not an issue, Janie. There's 550 something thousand NCAA athletes in America, and about 7 of them are trans. 7. So that's why anytime a man is playing in women's sports, Fox News will have it plastered all over the fucking place because it's a very rare thing. But they report it as if it's happening everywhere in every women's sports team in America. And it's practically non-existent. But again, I don't want to hear about anybody wanting to protect women's rights when it comes to sports when you don't even want to protect women's reproductive rights, rights to choose what happens with their own body. You know what I mean? No. But people who support a guy who is without a fucking doubt a rapist of women, you know, talking about, oh, we got to protect the women from the big bad transgenders. Come on, man. Fox host Hannity crying over loss. I saw that. 350 million, not everyone are driving. There you go. You got me. 270, is that about what it is? There you go. So again, how does it help you? I have a daughter and just plain good common sense. Plus, she loves sports. It's not rare anymore, my man. There are too many girls being hurt by trans men. Start their own group if you want. No, it's, again, what I just told you is a fact. It's not something you can dispute. You could look it up with your Google fingers right now, and you'll see. Out of 550,000 NCAA athletes, about 7 of them are trans. And if you have a daughter, I hope you'd want to protect her reproductive rights and, you know, make sure that if God forbid she ever gets pregnant, well, not God forbid she ever gets pregnant, but if and when she ever gets pregnant, you know, God forbid there's something wrong, that she doesn't have to die on an operating table because it's against the law to you know, save her life by, you know, taking whatever measures they have to take. Because that's what's happening a lot around the country. Women are dying because of complicated pregnancies and stuff, and the doctors can't do anything to save them. So, it's a pretty horrible situation. Plus, you know, Trump is, again, an adjudicated rapist, okay? And the Republicans in general, led by Donald Trump, are covering up for the biggest pedophile ring in American history, aside from only maybe the Catholic Church. A whole 7, huh? It's about seven transgender athletes in the whole fucking country. NCAA, yes. Samantha, there aren't any men and girls sports. There are literally 0, or there are literally 10 in the Olympic sports. Is your daughter in the Olympics? You sound insane. Thank you, Aubrey. It's more common in schools, middle schools, and high school. I don't think it is, Mike Ramey. I have a stepson who's 13 years old, and I ask him about this stuff all the time, and he literally looks at me like I have 6 heads. He's like, no. It's just like you guys were, you know, conned into believing that there's litter boxes in bathrooms in high schools across the country. Meanwhile, there is not a single fucking high school in America that ever had a litter box in it, unless they had kittens for the kids or some shit. And Mike, so I researched the thing about the ACA, and I think, I don't know if you misunderstood it or what. The way you made it sound like you have to be 400%, like you have to have income 400% the poverty level, basically, the federal poverty level, in order to get those subsidies. You know, you have to be making that much money, because what you said specifically is that poor people aren't getting those subsidies. You said wealthy people are. Now, that is completely and totally wrong. It's a 400% cap, meaning anybody making up to 400% the federal poverty level can get those subsidies. So that's people making $5,000 a year, $10,000 a year, $20,000 a year. And as for the 180,000 or 126,000 for a family of 4 getting the subsidies, you seemed appalled by that. Think about that for a second. So a family of 4 on $126,000. Now, first of all, you got to remember, that family of 4 could live in New York City, or they could live in the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania, where it's much, much cheaper. 126 grand a year in a city, what is that? Not to mention taxes. They go by, I checked it out, they go by your gross income, of course, all these programs do. So 126,000 gross. No, the cap is going to, if they extend the subsidies, the cap is going to be back in place. It's going to be back in place. So you're talking about 126,000 gross for a family of 4. So what do you think they're bringing home tops? 80, 90,000, if that. I highly doubt they're bringing that home. for 4 people in 2025. So, yeah, I'm absolutely they should get the subsidies without a fucking doubt. That's tough. That ain't shit. For a family of 4 making 80, 90 grand a year, that's nothing. That's nothing. Women's rights have gone back 200 years in some regards, and if Project 2025 is completely accomplished, then it will be banking and voting rights, no right to divorce without a trial and a verdict, etc. Oh yeah, no, it will not. It will not. The ARPA got rid of the cap. Google it right now, Mike. Do me a favor. Google it right now and see if that cap will be back in place if the subsidies are extended. Because it will be. They never go by your gross income, except for always. Yeah, if you totally eliminate always, then yeah, they never go by your gross income. They always go by your gross income. Always. Always. No matter what you're applying for, anything like that. Look up the girl at the volleyball game and the whole ass man who spiked the ball in her face. And that happens all the time in that sport. What doesn't happen is getting brain damage from it. She got brain damage from it? She got brain damage from a man spiking a ball in her face? You're the devil. Y-O-U-R. And you're a fucking idiot. JY2. Just block that dickhead. All he ever does in here is talk shit. That's it. They don't go by adjusted gross income. They do not. They do not. I researched this before the show. Cowards so scared of the Browns and transes, yes. Remember what, John Gray? Gene Ray, I'm a coward to port all. Okay. Then Corey Biz, leave. Who needs you? Who gives a shit? It's the blonde woman who now works for Turning Point USA. What about her? Erica? What about her? Oh, she did get brain damage. She almost died. I'll have to look into that. I just, I don't know, guys. I mean, it's stuff like that you don't realize is a complete and total distraction. It's a complete and total distraction from the real shit that's going on. Like, you're worried about fucking men and women's sports, but you're not worried about the Epstein files and the fact that the president of the United States is covering them up because he's in them. That is terrifying. That is what. Since you're worried about girls, are you worried about the girls that were raped by Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump and the, who knows, dozens, maybe hundreds, maybe more, very wealthy, very powerful men who victimized those women still walking around free and healthy today? That's why, because I don't want to hear shit about you worried about men and women's sports. If so, it's because of your own hatred for transgender people. It's not because of women. You guys don't care about women, not even the women. I mean, a lot of you women Trump supporters, you want women to not even be allowed to vote. We just live rent-free in your head. Ain't never going to lose that. Trump got you twisted 7 ways to Sunday, and that's your whole lives now. What are you talking about? Who are you talking to? They can vote to take their own kids' health care away, vax themselves more, and still hate and fear the reign supreme. Is this supposed to be vax? It says yaks. Okay, again, I have no idea who you're talking about. Definitely a crackhead, yeah. Your mother's a fucking crackhead. You think Trump is going to be alive in 2028? He's 79. No. No. I mean, especially with his health failing the way it is. Samantha, that happened once. It was an accident. Get a grip. There you go. I'm worried about the Epstein files. Good, Jane Turner. That should be our main priority. Let me ask you this. Okay. Are there really files? Yeah. There is no he crossed the line. No, not for them. There isn't. Good day yesterday. The state election swept them all. Yeah, swept them all. Yep. Why was Biden not releasing the Epstein files? It doesn't matter. That was then. This is now. Maybe because Democrats were in them. Who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. Well, again, I said this in the beginning of the show. Why can't you discuss Trump without saying Biden? Because asking that question, gee, I wonder why they didn't. It does no good. It does no good. If you want him released, if you give a shit, there's got to be pushback now with the guy who's in office now, the guy who's covering them up. I know this. The Biden administration did not go out of their way to cover them up at all. They didn't cover them up, period. And Biden never ran on releasing the files. Trump did. Been watching you for a while now. You changed my life around. You're my hero. Thank you for turning me gay. Bro, believe me, the way you're obsessed over me, I don't think you needed to be turned gay, you know? Even on, yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know what the fuck. I don't even care. It's such a convoluted, stupid fucking comment. Even on Social Security, they take the Medicare premium out of the monthly premium. Yet to qualify for any benefits like SNAP or Medicaid, they include that premium payment that the client never gets. Okay. How can you read people's minds? Very simply. I don't read their minds. I listen to them. They don't care about those victims if it doesn't fit their narrative. Yep, absolutely. Hey, Mr. Clean, be careful. Democrats might cancel you. Oh, they're not the ones doing the canceling. You guys do more canceling than the left does. You know, Democrats, fucking idiot. You're like a 4-year-old. Let's elect more socialists. Yeah, why not? Why did Joe Biden cover it up the same files for 4 years? He didn't. He didn't cover them up. How'd he cover them up? Why was Biden not releasing the files? I already told you. Are you employed? Yep, you're at my job right now. What do you have against Donald Trump? Oh, I don't know, everything. Starting with the fact that he's almost definitely a pedophile and an adjudicated rapist. You're wondering what exactly my beliefs are? I don't believe in Trump. On the wrong side of history again. Oh, yeah, definitely. No, I should be on the side of Nazis and rapists. This freak is an idiot. Yeah, Ronald Miller, why don't you try to go back and forth with me in here? Let's talk. Trump did what? Everybody knows somebody that is in the wrong, so chill and be happy and proud of yourself for not stooping so low. What are you talking about? Are you talking about the files? What do you mean everybody knows somebody that is in the wrong? What does that mean? Not stooping so low. His cankles say he won't be around much longer. Real. Prove there are files. Okay. Pam Bondi said the files on the Epstein list specifically are on her desk. There's a report that Pam Bondi sat Donald Trump down in May and said that he's in the files. She told Trump he's in the files numerous times, and then they assigned 1,000 FBI agents to redact his name. Mike Johnson just recently said about the files. He talked about it himself, that there are files. You know, we know for sure there's at least a couple of 100,000 more pages. You know, so I don't have to prove it. It's already a fact. John Fetterman, oh yeah. Maybe the files are more complicated than you know, and it's not so simple. No, it's absolutely simple. How come Trump ran on it and said he's going to release the files? How come Pam Bondi said they're on her desk and they're coming out soon? How come Kash Patel and Dan Bongino did podcasts for years talking about how there's files, the Department of Justice has them, and they're going to be released if Trump wins? Both sides definitely in it. Good. I don't care who's in it, as long as we find out who they are, because it's irrelevant. The Epstein files are irrelevant. I bet you, Mark Smith, before Trump came out and told you there was no list, I bet you were one of the people bitching and crying about wanting to see the Epstein files. But now that your guy told you to shut the fuck up about it, that's exactly what you're going to do. So the files that hold information as to, first of all, the possibility of our president being somebody who raped teenage girls, children, that's irrelevant. Files that without a doubt have very, very wealthy, very powerful people's names in them, as being attached to this pedo ring and customers of it, that's irrelevant. Yeah, but let's talk more about men and women's sports. Yeah. Democrats, Republicans, royalty, financiers. There's so many powerful people on that list, I'm convinced. Oh, I guarantee it, Janie. Yeah, both parties and everything, no doubt. Why can't you say anything without mentioning Trump? Because the show is about Trump. Who the fuck am I supposed to talk about, you jackass? The show isn't about Biden, though. And you can't hear me talk about Trump without bringing up Biden. Rent free, yeah. Sorry, I'm doing talk to text, so not all my comments are making sense. That's all right. The delusion is great in this one. Tell me how. What am I delusional about? Tell me. I'm curious. Trump will pardon Maxwell. Oh, yeah, it's already coming. It's already coming. Ashley Biden's diary. Why? She never accused her father of anything in there. She said that there were showers that were inappropriate. That's it. That's all she said. She also introduced her father at the Democratic National Convention. She's with him all the time. She loves and adores him. And when the one thing where it said something about feeling like sexually exploited or something by a relative, she was talking about a female relative, not her father. And plus, those diaries, the chain of custody was all fucked up. All types of people had those in their hands before they got to where they wound up. So. We know what you did to your kid. Okay. That's because they are sociopaths. You talking about MAGA? Yeah. Thank God for Trump. Oh, God. And if there's nothing will ever come here, and if there is nothing will ever come here, so what are you bitching about? You're screaming into void. Wow. Is English your second language? I'm assuming it is. Where's the list for the Epstein files? You got to ask Pam Bondi. It was on her desk a few months ago. Do you care about the victims, or are you just anti-Trumping? Seems the latter to me. No. Melvin, it's amazing that you asked that, because that tells me you don't. Any human being with a heart or any type of compassion for other people, especially children, who's not worried about the victims and doesn't care about the victims, is the scum of the fucking earth. You know what I mean? So I'm just a normal guy. My desire to see the Epstein files has nothing to do with Donald Trump, although he is the president and he's in them. So hand out free Trent to illegals and let men compete in women's sports. This man needs medication. Hand out free Trent to illegals. All right, another master of the English language here. Trump won't pardon Maxwell. Yes, he will. That's already in the works. Why do you think she got moved to a cushy prison that the Bureau of Prisons rules doesn't even allow her to be in, because she's a sex trafficker? But after her meeting with Trump's lawyer, she was moved there. What do you think that's about? What to do with it? Because they promised her a pardon. She's going to get a pardon. There's no question. What is a woman? Anyone born with a vagina. Inappropriate showers sounds fucked up. But we don't know any details. You know, she might just mean when she was a little girl, for some reason, he took showers with her and she found them inappropriate. I don't know. But it doesn't mean he did anything to her. The Republicans lost big yesterday. Yes, they did. What about the laptop and Biden pardoning his son? What about it? We're talking about the Epstein files and shit. Who cares about the laptop? And Biden pardoned his son because Donald Trump and Kash Patel made it clear that they are going to prosecute Hunter Biden, even if they have to create a crime to prosecute him for. So what choice did he have? You think Trump wouldn't pardon his son? Okay. Thoughts on pollution? I don't think about pollution. Absolutely, he will pardon her, and MAGA will make excuses for him. No doubt about it. We lost everything already to the illegals. Is that what Fox News keeps telling you? It's funny. How come I didn't lose anything to the illegals? How come I don't feel the negative effects of illegal immigration like you guys do? Isn't that some shit? I'll tell you why. It's because I'm not somebody who's miserable with how my life turned out. So I don't sit around looking for boogeymen to blame for my failures. That's what a lot of you do. You're miserable. You got to find somebody to blame for the fact that your life turned out to be shit. So you're just looking for somebody to point the finger at. What was his crim anyway? His crime, you mean? 34 counts of falsifying business records. What you just stated about making up a crime to get fighting son prosecuted. What is complete bullshit? No, it's not. Trump said they will prosecute him by any means. And Kash Patel did an interview where he said the very same thing. So what do you expect him to do? Just let his son be victim of a vindictive fucking administration? Because look what they're doing. All these cases, they're indicting James Comey, John Bolton, Letitia James. Like all of these are going to be thrown out in court. They're vindictive prosecutions. Donald Trump sent a fucking message to Pam Bondi that was supposed to be in a private message, and he sent it to her on Truth Social by accident, like public for everybody to see. And he told her, "What's going on? You're not prosecuting my enemies. Let's get this shit going because we look weak." Next thing you know, within days, his enemies start getting prosecuted. So no judge will take it seriously. Opinion on AutoPen. Every president for like 7 decades or something has used AutoPen. And Donald Trump, 2 nights ago in 60 Minutes, when asked why he pardoned CZ, the CEO of Binance, he said, "I don't even know who the guy is." So that means they used an AutoPen or somebody's making decisions for Trump. But according to him and his own words, he doesn't know who the guy is or why he was pardoned. No, I didn't say I don't care about Biden releasing the files. I said it's in the past. It makes no fucking difference. Who cares why he didn't release them? Who gives a shit? Fucking dummies. Trump's got good kids, though. Oh, yeah, sure. The 2 biggest scumbags on the planet. Donald Trump Jr. is a high on cocaine 24 fucking hours a day, and you guys like to talk about Hunter's drug problem. They're both pieces of shit. They were both raised by the most corrupt man in the world, and that's what they're growing up to be. Fucking Trump just gave his son Don Jr. a $3 billion contract to build drones or some shit. I mean, come on, if Biden did that, beta male lied about what I said. Beta male, yeah, okay. Maybe I'll see you face-to-face one day. We'll find out who's a beta male. Why don't you like black people, I heard so. Well, if you ask the people from my community, they probably have to disagree with you on that, considering the people that are closest to me in this world are black. So you're a dummy, Y-O-U-R. And you're illiterate, Y-O-U''re. A grand jury indicts people, not an individual. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? So you're telling me that the fucking head of the FBI, the director of the FBI, has no say in somebody getting indicted? Like these cases just magically pop up before grand juries. That's why you guys, I'm telling you, man, that's why the whole world thinks of you as being so stupid. I mean, the shit you guys say is mind-blowing. Individuals don't indict people, the grand juries do. Holy shit. The AutoPen has to be approved. They weren't. How do you know? Show me the credible source that says that. What about my past? What about it? Where's all the Charlie Kirk supporters now? Oh, they forgot about him. LOL, this guy's Phil's shit. My God, Joey Gotts. What grade did you drop out in? 4th? What the fuck is wrong with you? Barron equals cokehead, gay, and has a Muslim boyfriend. Donnie Jr. keeps the cartels in business. Yeah. LOL, leave this clown to his TDS. Okay, Ronald Miller, don't try to actually add anything of substance or argue with me on any points or anything. Just say TDS and run off like the coward, pussy, bitch follower, cult member that you are. Hunter is the crackhead. You're an idiot. Y-O-U are an idiot. I swear to God, you all have the same shortcomings. I swear to God. None of you can spell to save your fucking lives. Oh, there is the crackhead. You're an idiot. Okay, all right, all right. You know what's funny? I bet you somebody in your family is a junkie of some sort, a heroin addict. There's not a person in America who doesn't have family members that haven't struggled with addiction. But that's fine. Like if your son is a crackhead, that's fine. But Joe Biden's son, you still act all these years later like Hunter Biden was the actual president and not Joe. What does it have to do with it? If tomorrow Don Jr. got caught getting a blowjob from a tranny while smoking a fucking 7-gram rock out of a glass dick, you guys would be like, who cares if he smokes crack? He's not the president. Come on. You're so disingenuous. You're also full of shit. If it don't matter why Biden didn't release them, then why does it matter if Trump releases them? Because they couldn't release them under Biden. First of all, they were sealed. Okay, now Trump can release them. Also, Biden or Trump ran on releasing them. That was a campaign promise. He said he was going to release the Epstein files. Biden didn't say that. Also, we found out without a doubt that Pam Bondi told Trump he's in the files. So now we know the president of the United States is definitely in the Epstein files. So that doesn't seem important to you now? You don't see any difference between when Biden was in office and now? Okay. Where does he get his coke from, bro? LMAO. Who are you talking about? What's the underlying crime? You talk about falsifying business records? What do you mean by underlying crime? What does the underlying crime have to be? Why does there even have to be an underlying crime? A crime is a crime. The crime is falsifying business records. You guys get your talking points from like Fox or something, you just repeat them verbatim. What is the underlying crime? What does that mean? What is the underlying crime in any crime? If somebody murders somebody, do you say, well, what's the underlying crime? Doesn't have to be one, just murder, that's the crime. The grammar in the chat says a lot. I know. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. I should have said that when we just had almost 400 people in here. And if you can, and you feel so inclined, there's my Cash App, and the Super Chat button is at the bottom. But please hit the like. Keep hitting it, and subscribe to this channel. Cigarettes and vapes. Yeah, and you probably have a glass of something in your hand right now, something 80 proof or higher, and maybe a couple of lines cut out on the table. I'm sure you have no vices. You guys are all such hypocrites. You all drink fucking the second you get off work, if you even work. You know, you start drinking, you drink on the weekends, you drink on special occasions, you drink at events, you get high, you do some coke, and you're like, look at this asshole smoking cigarettes. MAGA are tough on the internet. Yeah, that's about it. You look like my nephew. He must be a very handsome guy. Trump's are the biggest grifters family. Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. Super chat. Mike Ramey, 1033.5. If you want to see how BS Trump's 34 felonies are, search what was his underlying crime to make his misdemeanor charges a felony. Bro, those aren't misdemeanor charges. Those are felony charges. Other people have been convicted of the same crimes. They're felonies. You guys just pull this shit out of thin air or off of Fox News or something. What do you mean? You cannot get convicted of a felony for a misdemeanor. Believe me, I've been through the so-called justice system plenty in my life. If you commit a misdemeanor, you get tried for a misdemeanor, okay? You can't get tried for a felony for committing a misdemeanor. It's not a thing that exists. And the underlying crime thing has got to be the stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. What do you mean underlying crime? What does that even mean? Thank you for the $5 though, Mike. You're a good guy. But see, Mike's got class. What was Obama? Biden did this. Biden did what? Whose name is after Trump's on the list? That's why we need to see it, isn't it, Dopey? How the fuck would I know? You're acting like I'm telling you Trump's on the list. But Pam Bondi said she has the list on her desk, and then very shortly after that, she sat Trump down and said, "You're all over the files." So, you know, it's a... This guy's a losers. You are a mainstream media guy. No. I don't watch any mainstream media. I don't watch any networks. I watch independent journalists, and then I fact check them. LOL, I pray for you, an American. Okay? This dude wants to be a professional grifter. Sure, I do. I think you're talking about the guy in the White House. This guy says Biden did this, but doesn't say what he did. The whole world is laughing at Trump. Yeah, no doubt. There's no link to drop. This is YouTube Shorts Live. There's no link to drop. Any crime can be enhanced or upgraded. No, absolutely fucking, absolutely can. But what enhances it? There's got to be something to enhance it. They can't just say that, like an enhancement would be like, say I got caught with drugs, but I also got caught with a gun and drugs in the same area. That's a huge enhancement, something like that. Okay. Or if you get caught committing a felony and you happen to have a gun on you, now it's a different thing. Okay. Now it gets enhanced. What was it that enhanced his crimes? What else did they find out? You talk a load of shit. All right, Joseph Martinez. Can you provide a name for someone that's been convicted of the felonies you're claiming? No, but there has been people. You could check it out. Donald Trump is not the first person to be convicted of that, you dolt. Trump cannot deal in real estate in New York State. He can't have a charity. He cheated kids with cancer. I mean, he's a piece of shit. Mike, look it up. Falsified business records is a misdemeanor, and it gets enhanced to a felony if it's in furtherance of a crime. Oh, then it was in furtherance of a crime. That's just it. That's just it. The crime was probably either election interference or the falsifying business records is very easy. That's the crime. You see, that's the enhancement. He didn't just falsify business records for the fuck of it or for some benign reason. He falsified business records to cover up a hush money payment to a porn star who he was fucking behind his third wife's back when she was pregnant with their only child. So there you go. You just answered the question. There's the enhancement. Yeah, it's in furtherance of a crime. Trump blamed Biden for everything. Oh, they all do. All Trump supporters, Trump, everyone. Not a felony. Okay. Then how do you get convicted of felonies? Just out of curiosity. And how come this wasn't overturned immediately? I mean, the guy has fuck tons of money. People put up money for him and everything else. You're telling me that Trump just didn't have enough to cover lawyers and stuff. By the way, these convictions are on appeal. So we'll see what happens. It's so fucked up that you guys support a guy that you have to argue whether or not his 34 crimes are felonies or misdemeanors. For the love of Christ. And you'll still talk about Biden and Obama. You're so retarded. I can't even believe it. If you would have told me people like you existed 10 years ago, I would have never believed it. You can't proof any of your legal theories. And you can't complete a fucking sentence. Oh my God. Trump's choice went to jail for the sane charges. What does that mean? Oh my God. You guys are so gay. Like this dude, the bro, whatever his name is, bro, Tato Chip, great name. That sounds as gay as you are. I mean, you guys have gay sex and trannies on your mind all the time. You know what I think about? Pussy. That's what I think about. I'm a heterosexual man that doesn't spend 1 second of his day thinking about gay people or transgender people. Again, because I'm straight, and straight men don't think about that shit. Yes, they are. They raised them from misdemeanor to felonies, but you got to have an underlying crime. Otherwise, those charters can't be brought because they were past the statute of limitation. I don't think they were past the statute of the statute of limitations. But the bottom line is, Mike just told you what the underlying crime is. He just told you. So dumb. Yeah, I'm sure you're bright, though. It's all you could type. Hush money, what dumb people say when they can't understand anything. Why? Hush money's a real thing, fuckface. And if Biden would have done the same thing, you'd be talking about hush money, asshole. He pled the fifth over 400 times. Yeah. I mean, the fact that this guy's a lifelong criminal and you guys are like, what crimes? The underlying crime in the hush money trial was an alleged conspiracy to unlawfully influence the 2016 presidential election, just like I said, election interference, through unlawful means. The prosecution argued that Donald Trump falsified business records to conceal this conspiracy, with the jury finding that the goal of the falsification was to commit or conceal another crime, such as campaign finance violations or tax crimes. The falsification of business records became a felony because it was allegedly committed to conceal these other crimes. I guess that's not good enough either, right? I told you, you answered your own question, Mike. I don't support Trump. I just hate disingenuous grifters even more. And who would be one of those? Because how would I be a grifter if that's what you're trying to say? Because what do you know me or something? Like, when do I grift? I don't understand. Are you one of those people that thinks if you have a YouTube channel and you get donations in exchange for the entertainment, then you're a grifter? Because that would be another word you don't know as a Trump supporter. Grifter means like you're a scam artist. Like if I promised you guys, I said, listen, I got these awesome Trump shirts. Okay. It's a big shirt it's a shirt with a big picture of Trump's cock on it. You guys would buy them. They'd be sold out in 5 minutes with you guys in this chat. So if I did that and then you sent me the money and I didn't send you the shirt, that would be grifting. Are you high? No, 6.5 years clean and sober. This guy is so weak. I bet I'd knock your fucking teeth out. How about that? Weak. Would you kiss Obama's shoes? No. People on the left are not in a cult. We don't worship any politician. We don't wear their merch, their hats, their T-shirts, their fucking, wave their fucking flags, have them hanging outside our fucking front door, yard signs everywhere. You guys are different than any fucking voter base in American history. You don't know how the law works. Well, no, I don't. You're right. I'm only a guy with a criminal record that's, been in court and out of court a million fucking times and stuff like that. I don't know how it works now. Okay, you're just a conspiracy theorist. Your drifting makes sense now. Your drifting makes sense. Where's the conspiracy theory that I said? Selling $10 garbage watches for $1,500. Yeah, our president's selling watches. MAGA patriotism, only $29.99 a hat. Yeah, and they're made in China. As soon as you said Trump and awesome in the one sentence, I knew you were lying. I said Trump and awesome? Okay. You're literally blaming Trump for everything. You mean like his crimes? Who would I blame his crimes on? Obama? Biden? FDJT and MAGA. Fucking right. MAGA have TDS. They do. No, it doesn't. It means you jump from one place to another. Could that be because I'm reading comments and every comment is like a different question or something? You fucking asshole. Have you ever tried to do this? You realize that I'm reading comments. I'm not sitting here like on a rant talking about Trump and stuff where I have a topic and I'm talking about that one topic. Like, you don't see that the reason I might switch subjects is because I'm reading your comments that are different discussion topics. Holy Christ almighty. Oh my God. You're no tough guy, bud. Yeah. I'm sure you are, Brayson. You don't know shit about me. Shut the fuck up. Bud, and don't call me Bud, you faggot. That's the gayest shit. No, Bud. Hey, Bud, you want to come with me to the rodeo? Shut the fuck up. Topcorn donated $20. Oh, shit. Topcorn Biscuits, $10. MAGA offended by everything, ashamed of nothing. Yes, sir. And they love to use that saying about certain other people. It is so true about them. Where's the other? You said 20? Wait a minute. Did you say 20 or 10? I'm sorry. Yeah, I only see that one. Thank you very, very much for that. $10. I appreciate it. That was funny, Bud. Ugh. I get creeped out when people call me Bud. When guys, Bud. What up, Bud? Shut up. The only thing worse than having addiction in your family is having Trumpanzees in your family. Well, they are addicted. They're addicts too. They're addicted to Trump's fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? They sit around all day waiting to get their talking points for the day. They don't know what to say just in case they get in some sort of argument with somebody about Trump. They're like, Trump didn't tell me what to say today yet. I got to wait till he comes on and spews his bullshit. Yes, they were past the statute of limitation. That's why they moved him to fill me so they don't have to deal with that. Moved him to fill me. That's gay. They moved him to fill you? Let's see here. The day after he became president, the first former U.S. president to be convicted of a crime. Okay, let's get to where the case is explained. Trump's citizen Merchan, who presided over the more than 6-week trial, and Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, who brought the charges against the former president. But he also questioned the timing of the prosecution. They missed the statute of limitations by a lot. This was very old. Trump said that? Okay. They could have brought this 7 years ago instead of bringing it right in the middle of the election, so they missed the statute of limitations. A jury found Trump guilty of 34 counts of falsifying business records to hide $130,000 hush money payment. Guys, how do you feel now that you came in here all confident that there's no underlying crime, and then you underlying crime is, and all I had to do was Google it? Like, you could have done that. You've probably been spewing this horse shit for, at minimum, years. You know what I mean? Maybe months. And all you had to do was just use your Google fingers, and you would have got the answer. Payment to adult film actress Stormy Daniels ahead of the 2016 election. Trump, who remains the Republican Party's presumptive presidential nominee, said he plans to appeal his conviction. In an interview on NBC's Today Show, Trump's lawyer, Todd Blanche, just happens to be the same guy that went to meet with Ghislaine Maxwell and got her in a nice, cushy prison. Hold on. Just happens to be his... That's some shit, ain't it? Presumptive presidential nominee said he plans to appeal his conviction, blah, blah, blah. Oh, man. Trump's lawyer, Todd Blanche, mentioned the statute of limitations as one issue that could be raised on appeal. Let's take a closer look at the timing involved. Here we go. The term statute of limitations refers to any law requiring a certain type of legal action to be brought within a specified time, said Greg Germain, a law professor at Syracuse University. The specifics vary by jurisdiction and offense. Different states in the U.S. have different periods for different kinds of crimes, Germain said. Trump's case was tried in New York, where the statute of limitations is 5 years for all but the most serious felonies and 2 years for misdemeanors. The charges against Trump, falsifying business records in the first degree, is a Class E felony. That means the statute of limitations is 5 years. Falsifying business records is typically a misdemeanor, but it becomes a felony under New York law if it was done to commit or conceal another crime. This is how he got convicted of felonies, because like I said, you can't get convicted of felonies if you only committed misdemeanors. In Trump's case, prosecutors said he falsified records to interfere with in the 2016 presidential election by unlawful means. By convincing Trump on all counts, the jury agreed this happened, though the judge noted in jury instructions they could reach a unanimous guilty verdict without agreeing on the specific unlawful means used. Let me read that again. President election, unlawful means by convicting Trump on all counts, the jury agreed this happened, though the judge noted in jury instructions they could reach a unanimous guilty verdict without agreeing on the specific unlawful means used. Okay. The crimes Trump was convicted of date back more than 5 years, but they withstood an initial court challenge because of a pandemic era extension. You see. Do you see? So you can't get tried for something that's outside the statute of limitations. But because of the pandemic, they extended the statute of limitations. They paused it basically. I know about this because I had many friends go through this during the whole COVID thing. Trump was indicted on March 3rd, more than 6 years after the earliest charge in the indictment, which dates to February 14, 2017. That's beyond the 5 years typically allowed by the statute of limitations. But there's a catch. Former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo extended the limit to file charges in all criminal cases when courts were disrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. What do you know? Guys are too much, man. Why don't you fucking research before you talk? You guys are so fucking... My God. It's outside the statute of limitations. It can't be a felony. It was a misdemeanor. She also exaggerated the... Oh, okay. What? 70%? Only 30% of eligible voters have voted. I don't even know what you're talking about. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me, and donate if you'd like. Why don't you search how the jury picked from 3 different options for the underlying charge? They have to agree on one, but the judge told them they didn't have to, which is illegal. Yeah, I highly doubt that's true. I highly doubt that's true. You can see that I'm taking apart your arguments with a simple Google search and some articles. You know what I mean? I mean, you guys the guy got convicted, and you crybaby bitches can't get over it. I mean, the fucking guy got mollywopped by Joe Biden in 2020, and you're still crying about that. It's insane. You guys got to get over this shit. The guy is a criminal. The guy got accused of sexual assaults 27 times, and since the 70s, not since he ran for president. The guy was accused of raping a 13-year-old with Jeffrey Epstein. The guy was found civilly liable for sexually assaulting E. Jean Carroll. The guy was impeached twice. The guy is the world's most famous con man and bullshit artist. And you guys are like, no, our guy, no, everything's above board with him. And you're worried about Hunter's laptop. A guy who holds no power and was never in office of any kind. You guys fuck me up, man. Whenever I vote, it's always for your mom. Oh. How old are you? Just out of curiosity. Where'd you learn that? Like 4th grade, 5th grade? Douchebag. So what was the underlying charge? I already told you many, many times. Bro, the jury didn't agree on the underlying crime. The judge didn't allow them. Whatever the rules are, okay, that's what the judge told the jury. You understand? Like, court is a process. People can't just be convicted of I mean, I'm not saying it never happens. But in this case, probably the biggest trial maybe in American history. Okay? All eyes on this trial. And you think there was just all kinds of shenanigans. Crickets, they would have to read. They don't read, yeah. Mark's always right, even when he's wrong. He's right. This guy pathetic. Mark's always right. I don't know who Mark is, but sounds like an issue Mark has. I'm done. My dad made me vote or not vote for Obama because my dad didn't want a black president. Facts, though. Ain't that something? Trump shutdown. Yep. Are you talking about the crimes of falsifying business records? Yep. It was a civil court, dummy. What was a civil court? You mean E. Jean Carroll? What did I say? Did I not say he was found civilly liable for sexually assaulting E. Jean Carroll, you douchebag? Or are you talking about something else? Because if you're talking about his convictions, they were in criminal court, obviously. Okay. The same party that wants men out of women's dressing rooms voted for a man that was known to go into women's dressing rooms. I know, ain't that something? 3 more years, it'll be okay. Yeah, whatever. You guys act like I'm on here like, oh my God, Trump is going to be president for 3 more years. What am I going to do? No, I will never do what you guys did when Biden kicked the shit out of Trump in that election. I will never spend fucking years of my life crying about the fact that, my guy didn't win or something. Never. That is so fucking sick. You are wrong. See these comments like, no, you aren't. Ha ha ha. You are wrong. They mean nothing to me. I have literally no idea what you're talking about. Been clipping every time he calls people slurs. How about suck my dick, jerk off? Clip that one too. They can't get over it. I know. I don't even know what you're talking about because I'm a fucking stain. Okay. To make your dog a prop, it's fucked up. I agree. It was a civil dispute. What was? My super chat isn't working. I can't find it on the screen. Well, that fucking sucks for me. They don't fact check anything. No. I have 3 violent felonies, so I don't give a fuck. You are capping, you are coping, you are deflecting. You know what, Joey Gotts? I'm going to give you one more chance. If you don't actually put a full statement in a comment, if you say one more ridiculous thing like that, I'm just going to block you because you are unbelievably annoying. I have not heard you say one thing of substance, or I haven't seen a comment from you that makes any difference in any argument. You are such a bizarre individual, and you're half fucking illiterate. So I'm going to give you one more chance. Those guys want the dumbest people I've come across on the internet in a long time. Why did the jury get 3 options to pick from the underlined charge when you're supposed to agree? Wow, man, that's a hell of a. Those guys want the dumbest people have came across. That's beautiful. You're shaped like a peach, even though you don't see me standing up, dumb fuck. Captain of Cap. Trump? Yeah. You're just as bad as woke. What does that mean? Bingo will cause all kinds of issues on appeal. We'll see. Why didn't he appeal it sooner? Can you tell me that? Just out of curiosity. Why didn't he appeal it sooner? Just wondering. Host is drunk as fuck. Oh yeah, even though I haven't had a drink since June 20th, 2019. Yeah, I'm lit. Yep. I can defend animal abuse all you want. Me know who Hassan is. Okie doke. I can smell it through the camera. Yeah, sure you can. Yes, Trump even failed at his specialty. Trump Steaks went out of business, owing Buckhead beef 715,000. Trump Steakhouse was shut down for 51 health code violations. Yes, sir. You understand the judge can be wrong, right? Yeah, of course. But this one isn't. Simple as that. Simple as that. And you haven't shown me any proof that he is. And again, the fact that Trump didn't appeal this immediately, that doesn't mean anything to you? His conviction will get overturned. It might get overturned, but it's not because he didn't do anything wrong. That's for sure. I just saw the 28 accusations on Google, but my question is, why did these accusations not come out before he was president? Well, as you know, a lot of women, especially, who are sexually assaulted, never report their crimes for a whole lot of reasons, the press, fucking judges, juries, lawyers, they put them through fucking hell. Like the majority of sexual assault cases that take place don't get reported, But when a guy is running for president, you're saying, holy shit. This guy was just a real estate guy and a reality TV show host. Now he's going to be the most powerful man in the world. Fuck that. I'm telling my story, The jury has to be unanimous. It wasn't. Okay. Sure. The owner of Coors helped creating the Heritage Foundation. Is that right? What about Biden and Tara Reid? Yes, the jury in Donald Trump's New York criminal trial, the hush money case, reached a unanimous decision finding him guilty on all 34 counts of. What are you guys ever talking about? Seriously. Trump will pardon Maxwell. Yeah, no doubt. Trump net. The man is doing what we elected him to do, moron. Okay, can you name me some things he's doing that you elected him to do? Just out of curiosity. Why did Pelosi's daughter get a whole film crew on January 6th? I don't know that she did. But what the fuck does that have to do with the conversation? Yeah, she was by herself recording. She never did Fox News Live. Yeah, I mean, you just gotta Google it. It specifically says she did not have a whole film crew. You guys, man, I'm telling you, listen, guys, I used to just get pissed off and say you guys were stupid and shit. But the honest to God truth is I feel bad for you. You know what I mean? Because you're doing this shit to yourself. I mean, you don't even understand that Trump is hurting red states much more than he's hurting blue states, like disproportionately. His policies are affecting them in a very bad way. And I feel bad because you guys have been brainwashed and you don't even know what's happening to you. You know what I mean? You don't even know what's happening to you. So I don't know, man. I feel bad, man. I wish you guys would just get out of that bubble and read. Where were you guys on election day? Which election day? TDS is strong with this one. I'm not even a Trumpy guy. But you can't tell me how, right? In order for it to be TDS, I have to be just spewing nonsense, like just crazy conspiracy theories and shit. Can you tell me one thing I've been wrong about so far? I mean, obviously, otherwise you wouldn't make such a dumb comment, right? Take a civics class, maggots. Yeah. What was up with feds putting on Trump supporter outfits at the Capitol early in the morning of January 6, 2021 from inside the Capitol before actual Trump supporters arrived? That simply didn't happen. You got fooled again, you know? Didn't happen. There was 200 and I don't know, like 70 something FBI agents and they showed up after the riot started. It even says that in the article. And by the way, Trump was the fucking president then, not Biden. So it would be Trump's FBI, right? Yeah. Are you from New York, the Big Apple? Who did I vote for? If you don't feel comfortable answering, I understand. I'm not from New York. I mean, originally, but I don't live there now. Trump, Fort Lauderdale, Trump, Waikiki. You got all the facts. Weren't you speeding about the fact that price of gas went up when it was $3 a gallon? Wasn't I speeding? What have you been right about? Everything. That's why you can't tell me what I've been wrong about. I don't just come on here and say shit. I do my research, you know? The TDS, the lazy argument of dumb people who have no intelligent argument to make. Yeah, for real. Look, I'm a libertarian. I'm not a Republican. But if I was on trial and the jury isn't unanimous on a charge because a jury says they don't have to be, that's wrong. Okay. All right. I mean, according to you, it is. But who do you think would know more about the situation, Mike? Just out of curiosity. Like, I don't know what you do for a living, but you think you or a judge would know more? I'm just curious. Just be honest with me. You know what I mean? uh, uh, no, the presiding judge in the recent high-profile New York criminal trial, Justice Juan Merchan, did not tell the jury they didn't have to be unanimous in their final verdict. Social media claims suggesting this are false and misrepresent his instructions. Judge Merchan explicitly instructed the jury that their verdict on each of the 34 counts must be unanimous. If the jury could not agree unanimously on a charge, it will result in a hung jury and a potential mistrial on that specific count. So, what about that? What about that? I'll just wait. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. I'd appreciate it very much. Pull up I just read it to you. We're talking about Trump's 34 felonies. Okay, Tia. I ain't going to be on a whole lot longer. Oh, yeah. No. Hell no. A jury conspiracy be damned. Yeah. You have a copy of sealed transcripted? No. I don't want to say your name just in case you don't want me to. I don't want to like dox you or anything, but somebody just sent me $5 and said, fuck, it's fuck bots. That's who this is. The $5. Oh, thank you very, very much. Where are you? I don't see you in here, but I think I saw you earlier. Thank you very, very much for that. I appreciate you hitting me with a Cash App. About Trump scamming the banks? Yeah. You just read it 5 minutes ago and said the judge said they didn't have to agree on the underlying crime, just that there was a crime. No, the presiding judge in the recent high-profile New York criminal trial, Justice Juan Merchan, did not tell the jury they didn't have to be unanimous in their final verdict. Social media claims suggesting this are false and misrepresent his instructions. Judge Merchan explicitly instructed the jury that their verdict on each of the 34 counts must be unanimous. If the jury could not agree unanimously on a charge, it would result in a hung jury or a potential mistrial in that specific count. For fuck's sake. Oh, I see you now. Fuck bots. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you very, very much. What do you guys hear when I read shit like that? You hear something other than what I'm reading? All attorneys on here. Yeah, I know. What was the crime? Falsifying business records. They don't like facts. No. Are these people stupid? That's common sense. Yeah. The 34 felonies where the judge wouldn't allow the defense to submit evidence proving innocence. I have a feeling that, too, is just some sort of regular court procedure. Because, again, if it wasn't, this would have been overturned so quick because he's Donald Trump and he's not some fucking guy from the hood or some shit. You know what I mean? The fact that you guys are questioning a trial that has been so highly fucking scrutinized is baffling. What is the 35th count that would have to be charged and convicted to elevate the 34 to a felony status? There's no 35th. I explained this earlier. I guess you weren't here. So the underlying crime was that he was doing this in the process of committing a crime. He was falsifying business records to cover up a crime, okay, which was basically election interference. So that's why it was raised to felonies. That's why. Yeah, there was an underlying crime. Yep. So what are you talking about then, Mike? What I am I misunderstanding or something? How comes he's not in jail? How comes he not in jail? How comes? Because he's the president of the United States and the Supreme Court ruled, before he got sentenced that you know, basically they decided no further court action was going to be taken against him since he's about to take office. And you can look it up and you'll see that the felony stood. It was an unconditional discharge, but it affirmed the felony counts. So he's still a felon even though he didn't go to jail. And you don't have to go to jail if you're convicted of a felony. People get probation for felonies. You know what I mean? Then it's not felonies, it's all BS. Or it is. Listen to Tatted Up, Esquire. Listen. The whole world is wrong, but Tatted Up is right. That's amazing. You are extremely smart for a guy hanging out in a fucking chat at midnight on a Wednesday. I guess Thursday now. No, they were like, yeah, these are all BS. No. What are you talking about? That is not true. The fuck? He was falsifying business records to cover up election interference. What the fuck are you talking about? The covering up the Stormy Daniels payoff was a way to basically influence the election. In other words, he did it so that Stormy Daniels wouldn't come out and say, "Hey, I fucked this guy while he was, married to his pregnant wife." You know. So that's the crime. It's election interference. If you're doing something to keep dirt from coming out about you, and you're falsifying business records to do it, there you go. It will be overturned by the Supreme Court. Very well might be, but if it does, it's only because the Supreme Court is majority conservative, and they are there to serve Trump and Trump only. He can do anything while president. Yes. Well, not anything. Not anything. He can't walk to somebody and blow their fucking brains out. There's got to be, he's got to be carrying out some, duties of his. If he's breaking the law by doing that, that's one thing. But they left it up to the courts to decide that. I thought you said we were talking about the bank appraisal nonsense. My bad. Oh, no. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You said the bank. Yeah, no, my fault. I thought you meant because of the falsifying business records. No, the appraisal thing, no, that was something else. Trump's a felon. Done. Next topic. Yeah, simple as that. Do you have anything relevant to talk about? Not some shit from 10 years ago? Got another bump? All right, Jim, you've been asking for it pretty much, so goodbye. But we could also, of course, if you want to talk about something current, why Trump is covering up the Epstein files. You stupid fuck. But anyway, I'm going to get going, guys, because it's late and I want to go lay in bed with my wife. So I want to thank all of you. Thank you for donating, everybody who did. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Hopefully you're still doing that. Like and subscribe, guys. Come on. And I'll be doing these shows throughout the day, every day. So thanks for everything, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.